Welcome. Thanks for joining us. My name is Kirk Reddog.
And I'm Reddog.
We might as well get started right away. If you've never seen this before, just bear with. We'll be right back.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gift of truth and the power of honest conversation. We lift up the Straight Talk Report to you today, its hosts, its team, and every listener who tunes in with a hunger for clarity and understanding. Bless this show with wisdom and discernment. Let its words reflect truth, integrity, and courage. Guard the hearts and minds of its hosts, that they may speak boldly yet humbly, always seeking what is right and just. May every listener be uplifted, informed, and inspired to think deeply, act justly, and live with purpose. Let this platform be a light in confusion, a voice for the voiceless, and a space where truth prevails over noise. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
And we got to take care of the official business. Disclaimer, listen at your own risk. Welcome to HHEradio.com, where the microphones are hot, the coffee is strong, and the opinions are even stronger. Before we dive in, a friendly warning. The views and opinions you're about to hear belong to the hosts, which is us two, the guests, which might or might not happen, and sometimes even a caller who forgot they were live. They do not necessarily reflect those of HHEradio.com, or sponsors, or even overly sensitive cousin who might be listening on Facebook. Some content may cause critical thinking, raised eyebrows, spontaneous laughter, or an uncontrollable urge to yell at your speakers. If you're easily offended, love censorship, or think free speech is a dangerous idea, you might want to buckle up, because this is going to be a ride. This is uncensored, unfiltered, and occasionally uncomfortable radio. We call it honest. You might call it risky. Either way, listen at your own risk. Now let's light the fuse. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. You know what? You've been, I got to say, you are the greatest coffee maker I have ever met. You know why?
Because I go to Second Cup and get it?
Well, probably that might be a good start. I'm just saying. Folks, we got a couple of shout outs to say hello to just because.
First of all, we got a missing child in Edmonton named Samuel Bird. He's somewhere around 15 years old. If anybody sees him or knows him, tell him to give his parents a call. And if you want to report it anonymously, if you need to, 1-800-222-TIPS. Also have a shout out to Catadine Energy, Catch Can, YEG Life Foundation, Built for Life Foundation for Battered Women, and the First Agricultural Church of Christ in Leduc.
Just some shout outs. Before we get started, might as well just tell you right up front. This is a different show. Okay? The reason why it's different is it's not just going to be a rant. We have a focus, but the focus you might never have seen or heard before, and the focus is
stop.
That's it.
Stop.
It's not complicated. It's a real easy premise that we've been forced to deal with for a long time. And at the end of the day, all of these people who are pushing our community, our city, our province in the wrong direction, we have that ability to push them and ask them to stop. That's it. All right. Quick note of homework or housekeeping before we go. If you like our show, want to sponsor us, you want to hear more and actually have us go on more of a push. If you go to the Contact Us link on hhgradio.com, underneath there are a couple of spots that will allow you to either make a donation or a sponsorship. That would be a start. Anyways, just help us get our job done a little bit better. So, brief acknowledgement of the need for right or wrong. Now, at the end of the day, it's not that complicated. We were all taught some very foundational pieces of it. Right or wrong, it's how we were brought up, and I think that's critical for us to acknowledge. But for too long, much of Alberta's media has drifted away from serving the public with open, balanced, and honest conversation. Now, political spin, selective coverage, and censorship, sensationalism even, that's a big one, have often replaced the deeper, more meaningful discussions about what is right and what is wrong. Now, this shift has ended public trust and left many Albertans feeling unheard or uninformed and unrepresented. At HHEradio.com and our family of media platforms, because we've got audio, video, and print as well,
Yep.
we believe the path back to the trustworthy journalism begins with restoring the moral compass, if you will, at least as far as conversation goes. And this means putting truth ahead of convenience, facts ahead of agendas, and courage ahead of popularity. And it's about asking the tough questions and creating a space where Albertans can hear all sides. When you start looking at weighing the arguments and deciding for yourself where you stand, not where we want you to stand. Right versus wrong, it's at least the start for most of our stuff.
It's always right versus wrong. And mostly it's been us fighting the wrong
The wrong?
the last 10 years, especially the last 5 since the scamdemic.
Well, don't just
allowed
get
to say
started.
that? Am I allowed to say
Yeah.
that?
Well,
It's too late.
you know what? It wasn't you. Okay, it was the thumb. The thumb
Where's your
said-
other thumb, Kirk?
Just you be careful where that other thumb is. Our goal is not to tell people what it is that they're supposed to think, simply because for as much as we have opinions, if we just share information, that's where you get to make the decisions. So in short, if we can get Albertans talking about the right and wrong again, we can get Alberta media back doing the jobs they're supposed to. And that's where I guess you guys come in. Today's show is about demanding the right steps, be the right path of the government and bureaucrats to be taking. And we're going to be asking them to do what they're supposed to do, which quite frankly is been less than stellar. Oh, shout out to Berta Proud Dad. Thank you very much for joining.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can see, it's one of the things last week we didn't get a chance to see all of the people who commented,
Yeah,
but this week we do.
It's nice to have that board up there.
So we want the government and the bureaucrats to start taking action, not after 6 months of study or hiring a set of consultants to review an item in English. Stop. If you don't have a majority or public support, stop freaking making those damn decisions.
Ask us. That's all they have to do. That's all they have to do. They don't ask for nothing.
But
I'm getting tired of it.
But all these decisions are coming forward. Like, we think that having 2 bike lanes in Edmonton is a wise idea. Who's we?
Who's we? First of all, we get snow 7 months of the year. Anybody that thought about putting 2 bike lanes on a road and taking away the regular roadway in a place that has snow more than half of the year is retired, handicapped, mentally handicapped. There's no question. Disturbed. I'm disturbed thinking about it.
Yeah.
I can't get over it. I go over to Granny's, my girlfriend's mother's. There's 1 lane down the middle that's got 6 or 8 or 10 inches of snow on it in the wintertime. But the bike lanes are perfectly plowed, clean as a whistle. Not a bike inside. I seen my first bike the other day. There was a homeless guy going down the street pulling a grocery cart in the bike lane. Is that what they're for? Because they're putting a lot of homeless people on the street with these taxes and stuff.
So at least from our perspective, we're not quite sure where that decision came from. And don't tell me it's about policy, because policy was set by
Who? Some mentally handicapped individual. Once again,
but you know what? It's not considering the actual public who need to use the road. It's the ease of flow. I mean, if you want to talk about it's for green.
we have cars on the road 12 months of the year. We have snow on the road 7 months of the year. There are some crazies out there that drive their bike in the wintertime. I did that myself when I was a kid, but
It's for an adventure. It's not the majority of population.
Yes, exactly.
And the population is not going to be swaying that direction. Okay?
So it's obvious they're looking at pulling our cars, getting rid of cars. It has to be. That's the only one solution.
Well,
The only one end goal that I can think of is they're not going to have cars on the road. And they're telling us that.
I mean, go even further. I mean, this is where we go stop. Now, I know you've heard this,
Mhm.
but I mean, the public has heard this as well. Carney and his crew of special people have come out and said there will
Special
be a
ed.
$20,000 tax for buying a gas-powered vehicle
After 2030 or something. Is that what he said?
2030, 2035 maybe.
Ridiculous.
Mr. Carney, if you're not aware, stop. You're not speaking for the majority of Albertans. And if it's not for the majority of Canadians, I'd be surprised. But at the end of the day, who gave you this authority? We didn't. You can't make those choices for us and bill us $20,000 simply because you have an agenda. It's not ours. And that's the focus of today's show. Across the board, you have, I just saw something today where community associations in Edmonton were in the throes of a very significant crisis
Mhm.
regarding their buildings. They haven't had a lot of funding to maintain do the upkeep.
Mhm.
If you're having a community and community life and community values and looking out for your neighbor and all of these things, I'm sorry, folks, but the community association is what is the foundation for the community.
So it's supposed to be.
And for the city to decide they're not putting funding into the community, I just kind of ask the question, where's the money going? Like, it's not going in the roads, that's taxes. It's not going in the community, that's taxes.
A lot of the money's going overseas so they can put it into their vacation properties and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Can I say that stuff on the line?
No.
All right,
It's
all right.
yeah, it's the magic
Oh.
stuff. There we go, talking. Like, it makes no sense.
No.
See, our Berta Proud dad is agreeing with us.
Awesome.
Well, that's just because,
Awesome.
because we're talking.
We're talking
Yeah.
truth.
I guess the thing is the public needs something better, something more, and something they can count on that's being provided to us with sound bites and fact-based reporting. We need to provide that to the public. And that's what we're going to do on this station. If you're not aware of what we're doing, audio, video, and print, they're all part of the process, and we have to do that. Simply because some people want to download the recording after the fact.
Lots have been requesting that.
Yeah. And that's actually one of the things we need to talk about just from last week. 3,300 people tuned in on HHG radio, 3,000
On Alberta radio.
ish on Alberta radio, about 600K on
600,000 on
YouTube?
YouTube. Yeah, awesome.
like that one.
Awesome.
About 7,000. But normally for the first show, you usually have between 5 and 10 total. Not top 1,000. We're talking about 5 or 10. And we hit 7,000 the first go, which I think is pretty good. And our radio platform had another 1,000. So it kind of made it out nicely. It's not bad.
No, not bad at all. I like it. I'm happy.
From complaints, what did you hear for complaints?
We were UCP biased, but it was a show on UCP, the people in power. If it was the NDP that was in power, we'd be NDP biased. So
we basically brought up a number of issues that are current actually, we didn't bring it up. Ellen brought it up, our guest from last week.
Yep.
She brought it up as the issues that have been the last number of years in Alberta. I think it was since 2008, to which other than
back
4
to the
years.
Klein days, yeah.
Yep. But we, in airing her research, came off like we were bashing the UCP.
That's what some people, a couple of, it wasn't that many, it was a couple.
But that was one complaint.
Yep.
Any other complaints that you can think of?
No, none. I don't think so. Did you get one?
I got one. We did. It wasn't really a complaint out of 7,000 people. It was that we had a technical issue right at the beginning. It's just a
That's to be
critique.
expected. It's the first show, man.
Yep, good with that. And for you folks, if you have thoughts, by all means, share it with us. We are happy to take the critiques, basically from anybody. If they're real and honest, we take them into consideration. We appreciate that, actually. But let's get started with what actually happened last week, because that's where all the trouble came from. Well, we had, her name was Ellen Alston, right?
Mm-hmm.
15 years worth of research, and she came out to publicly share her research with our listeners. And one of the first things she brought up was Peter Guthrie and Scott Sinclair leaving the UCP because of
But did they leave or were they thrown out?
They were thrown out.
Okay.
Sorry, I believe they were thrown. I could be wrong.
That's what I heard too.
Because they were asking for financial accountability from AHS, right? Which we still haven't had.
Well, we give them $46 billion a year or something like that. There is no account. They get the money, they cut the check, and that's it, right? They do what they want with it. We don't. There is no Alberta group that watches what they do with the money. That's a problem. If I gave you $46 billion, I want somebody watching you.
Me?
Yes.
I might be a little rounder, but that's as far as it would go.
Rounder.
Anyway, so we talked about Peter Guthrie and Scott Sinclair.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about some perceived corruption in the UCP. Like it was kind of gentle, but it's because there's things that just weren't making sense.
Mm-hmm.
Law enforcement and courts appeared to be silencing the truth. Now, this is information she quoted from the Western Standard. And then there was a deflection. Like she did talk about how, at least for right now, the UCP seems to be deflecting attention away from key issues.
Yeah. On the pipelines and separation, joining the USA, all that kind of stuff. Keep us busy with something different.
And whether you're talking about separation or pipelines, it's not changing what the end results are that Albertans are looking for.
No.
And so we talked about it. She talked about the MD of Foothills. Now, see if you follow this along because it makes sense. I think the story will make sense. MD of Foothills allowed animal waste to poison a water
watershed. That was High River, I think, so wasn't it?
No, it was a private property.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Proved water contamination was responsible from the MD.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And MD agents poured 10 liters of 12% concentrated hyperchlorine into the water well.
Yeah, and that stuff is 1 cap per liter to clean up water. And it's still not drinkable, but it cleans up the water. But that's 10 liters.
But that was put in by the municipality. It's not, she didn't do it.
Or somebody they sent there because of all the new rules and regulations.
That's right. Anyways, destroyed the water well.
Mm-hmm.
And we like that. We have lots of people. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
So anyways, she went through exactly what took place. And there were some issues where she reached out to ministers. She reached out to, she went before the courts, and she found that it was the prosecutors, the law firm, even in the Court of Appeal, like it was in a decision. The lawyers were allowed to lie in the decision to help win their case, which kind of goes against.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
What I was taught as the right and wrong of things moving forward, right?
Yeah.
Anything to win the case for my client.
I watched Columbo.
You watch Columbo? I suppose that would make sense. She also brought up some issues about Alberta justice or the RCMP. So this lady does extremely detailed research. So when she says she did 2 boxes, now these are legal boxes, those
Banker's boxes.
2 boxes of research to file a complaint with evidence. She brought the 2 boxes to the RCMP. They had them for 2 years. No investigation, non-compliance, not even a report to the people to look after the environmental law. No response from the UCP or the Conservatives going back to that period of time. Brownlee Law, she said, represents the province in all these cases. But if you go back to the MD case, they lied in the courts. But at the end, even with the Court of Appeal, and the judge said there was no problems. Brings up some questions. A letter to the Alberta Law Society. They basically replied, there's nothing to see here.
No investigation.
No investigation. Talked about the Rimrock biodigester. $150 million projects funded by the province that takes 73 million gallons of water out of the high river waterways with no environmental studies. Rebecca Schultz is responsible for that particular project.
Yes, she is.
No environmental studies on any of the feedlots in Alberta. She brought forward that research. She also talked about the Chestermere investigation.
Yes, she did.
And the request that highlighted government fiscal fraud. Now, if you go back in some of this process, Walkerton all over again. If you go back in some of this process, the big deal that comes out of this is Rick
McIver?
No. Who was our friend that came to visit us?
Which one?
The former mayor.
We have many friends. Jeff Colvin.
Jeff Colvin. So Jeff Colvin and 3 councillors, I believe it was,
We're basically fired, I think.
were fired, but they were only on the job for a month, and they were asked to do auditing the books. So basically sign over saying, yes, we're accepting what the previous balance was. They looked at it with their experience, their business experience, and said the numbers weren't making sense. So reached out to Rick McIver and the Minister of Municipalities at the time, and requested that he investigate, and
he refused. He flatly refused.
But not only did he refuse to do it, but he fired, basically is the gist of it, fired the mayor and 3 councillors.
And put his brother-in-law in place.
No conflict there at all.
No conflict of interest there, no.
Of course. But then, and the big issue is that the mayor, Jeff, had requested an audit. It still hasn't been done.
And it won't get done with that.
This is why we have to go through this, it's stop. As a public, paying attention. Oh, this way. Yeah, stop. Yeah.
Gotta use the camera.
Okay. When somebody who is in a position of authority says, we have an issue, and goes to the boss and says, I think you better check this out, and the boss ignores them, Houston, we got a problem.
Well, that's what he was saying in his head.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. They found it out.
Well, that sure seems like.
I got to cover this up fast.
Anyways, that was the general gist of Ellen's report. And it really reminded us, like, we could have gone for hours over this show or over the show last week and picked apart all of the wrongs that were taking place and ultimately said stop last week. But it's nice to kind of review in our minds just the stories that she had, because it's important for you, the listeners, to understand. We'll listen to all the stories. Last week, we sent out an email to every single member of the legislature, all of the CAs, every municipal council listed in the province. And we asked them if they have any news, by all means, reach out to us. We will happily bring them on the show.
Mm-hmm.
We'll share it. We'll discuss it. And so it's fair.
Oh, it's completely fair. I got an idea too. Listen to this. I had this idea about a year ago. I messaged a couple people and they said, "Oh, it's too much digital stuff." Okay. Everybody nowadays has a phone, right?
Yeah.
Kids 12 years old have phones. So if you're voting age, I think it's 18. Is it 18?
Yep.
18. Okay. Alberta, let's say the UCP, they're in power. So they've got a link, an app. Okay. And it's mandatory for everybody to download it. That's not too totalitarian, is it?
Nah.
You download this app. If you want to have anything to do with the decisions being made, you download this app. Okay, now I got a question. We're going to send 320 million over to
Ottawa.
Let's say Ottawa, for DEI, something to do with
Just something.
And then they ask the people on this app. So you get all of a sudden, ding dong, your phone comes up. Okay, your phone comes up. I don't think so. We got a province full of homeless.
Yeah, I think we should
Veterans are hitting the streets. Seniors are being thrown on the streets because they can't, on their age payments, they can't pay the rent even because everything going up to that. Okay, done. Now you get 600 yeses, you get 601 no's. It's a freaking no.
And they should do what?
Stop. Plain and simple.
Now, do you get the
Simple.
stop part?
Simple.
It's not complicated. And hold on a second. But if you don't want to participate in the democratic process, don't open the app. But at least you should have it.
Well, if you want anything to do with the way everything's done in the province, you should have the app on. The app should be made available. It's a way to fix everything.
Yeah.
Right there. You know what I mean? That's a vote. Now you got 300 people that say, yes, I'd like that, or 42,000 that say, no, that's not a good idea. And then 300 that say yes, but the government says yes and sends the money anyway. That's the problem we've got now. They need to stop.
Yeah.
Doing this stuff, stupidity.
Well, tell us how you really feel. Yeah, no, I get it. All right. So obviously it's something that's passionate, but the thing is that people will go on media, podcasts all over the place have been popping up, and they've been talking about the issues, which I think is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them their sources are a little hokey, hard to verify, but it's an opinion. And you will watch them if you choose to. If you choose not to, you don't. That's fine.
That's right.
The problem is there's no solution. And in this program, we're going to show you how solutions are available right now for all of us, but we can't do it by ourselves.
No, we need help.
Okay, we need help.
That's why we're here.
Which is why we're here. All right. So let's talk about, those of you who really love the show, Ellen will be back on Friday,
Next Friday.
the 22nd. We're going to go twice a week. Hopefully we're going to go more than twice a week, but for right now, Tuesdays and Fridays.
To start.
Next week, I think there's a show, but they're going to try and do it remotely on Tuesday.
Okay.
But
okay,
Friday we're going to go anyways. Now let's go with a couple of basics. Cowboy Ronnie. He had some stuff happen to him.
Yes, he did.
Now
he was robbed.
He was robbed.
Literally.
Now, for those of you who don't know who Cowboy Ronnie is, he runs helpinghorsesheal.com. And if there's any part of you believing in the need to help horses or animals in general, who are in, I'll say, dire straits.
He's had horses. They were all headed for the slaughterhouse, basically. And he saves them, every single one of them. And you know one of his main ingredients for helping them? Honey.
Honey?
Honey.
Huh?
Honey. Gaping open wounds. Fill it with honey and for the next month, and next thing you know, the horse is up and running. It's crazy. It's unbelievable some of the abuse these horses take with the owners. A lot of the owners are bringing them the horses. And it's just, he knows it's been abused and stuff for so long, but anyway.
But on helpinghorsesheal.com,
he's a good man.
And we do like him. He is a good man. You can actually adopt one of the animals. It's a virtual adoption.
Mhm.
You can't like adopt them, but you can. It's a virtual adoption. While the horses get better, they get treatment.
Yep.
Anyways, the other day he ran into something, and we want the animals living their best life. I mean, if they've been abused for a period of time, all I can say, it's unmasculine to say it, but he gives them love. That's kind of the bottom line.
Yeah.
While he makes them better. All right. The other day he ran into something we all fear. Those of us who are in this particular side of the new media, if you will.
Social media. Real media, truth media.
Truth media. That's what it is. He had his accounts stolen.
Disappeared. Gone.
Now, it wasn't just one or two followers. The guy had roughly between his two accounts 750,000 followers, and they didn't just steal the account and shut it. They doxed, where they put something that looked like a CBC report of here's a guy who was overcome type 2 diabetes, and it was a complete sham.
Yeah, they removed his account and replaced it with somebody, was an AI figure talking. I know he's 58 years old because he's 2 days older than I am. And he's 72 years old. He's dying. He's doing all this stuff is killing him. But if you take this, it'll make you better.
Yeah, it was they stole his stuff
Unbelievable.
to sell some other stuff.
He was mad.
Anyways, he's fighting. He's been fighting for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the good news is that he's got a new account. It's starting to build back up, but he's coming on our show.
That's right.
Not just our show. He's going to have his own show on our station.
That's right.
So that'll be coming up soon, and we'll let you know when that's actually scheduled.
That's going to be awesome.
Oh, but we should kind of warn the public
About his potty mouth?
or something like that.
Yeah.
How do you explain it?
No. Just come watch.
Just come watch them?
Yep.
All right.
Most of the people we're talking to probably already watched him anyway.
Oh, that's fair. All right. Need to hit something for you, like real quick. Okay. What are some of the things that we could really have the public follow along with the STOP program?
Land use bylaws?
Land use bylaws is a great one. Now, 15-minute cities, there is a convenience factor for a 15-minute city. But you know what the problem is?
It's great. It's a great idea.
Know what the problem is? If they just put it in the land use bylaws that at no time, never would they limit travel,
Out of your 15-minute city, which is what they want.
there would be no carbon credits that would allow you to travel, or that's where it starts. They need to stop the whole discussion about it. Number two, another thing that we can definitely say is a stop issue. The billing for the,
Water?
yeah,
Well, yeah, we heard recently. Pigeon Lake, I believe. They're talking about their group over there, the council over there is talking about bringing in, or somebody's talking about bringing in meters for your well on your farm. Figure that out. Come to my farm and try putting a meter on my well. Actually, my well's stone dead now. I'm bringing water in. Still,
but you would say
Regardless.
stop.
I'd say stop.
Rain collection, taxation.
They're doing that.
It doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, folks, it doesn't make a difference what they're bringing forward. It has nothing to do with what is critical to Albertans today. So the question becomes, or the demand becomes, to stop, because it's not what anybody wants who's fighting other issues.
Yep.
There are more important issues than any form of control, manipulation, tracking of what people are doing. But that's beside the point. Let's just slow it down.
No.
Metered wells and rain collection taxation is not to be there. It's a stop.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
to.
Not in Alberta.
one of our viewers says, so if I'm on a diet and I lose weight, does that mean I get a carbon credit? Well, you know what? Some of that's true.
If he can prove it, he may very well get there.
And that's the problem, is that the 15-minute city concept of having things nearby is great, but if you can't put doctors in the hospitals or in the service areas already, what makes you think you're going to put one in my 15-minute city?
They've got 16-hour wait times now. And a lot of the times they're sending the people home saying, we can't do nothing for you. Or, hold on, we've got this medical assistance in dying we can offer you.
Oh, made.
You sound really depressed.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like this pill?
Yeah, let's just wait 8 months.
Just take the pill.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'll give it to you right now. You want it?
Stop.
There you go. Stop.
Okay?
This is ridiculous.
All of these things are it's a distraction. As Ellen spoke about the movement of distraction. Look over here, it's shiny. We're losing the ability to hold the people we've elected or the bureaucrats in charge that are doing a job accountable for the decisions and the emphasis they're putting on our lives. The seized bank accounts. I mean, that was one thing. And we heard from our friend earlier today that most of the accounts were given back in like 2 weeks' time or a month or something.
One of my friends had him held for 8 months.
8 months?
8 months. And Pat just got his back recently.
Here's the thing. It was already decided that the Emergencies Act was unconstitutional, right?
Yes.
Where was the compensation for those who had their bank accounts seized when they lost their credit report, when they lost their NSF checks because the account was gone, had to move.
Rent didn't get paid.
Rent didn't get paid. Child support didn't get paid.
Car got repossessed.
I mean, all of those things stop.
The problem was that these people donated $1,000. Let's just say, for instance, they donated $1,000 to help with gas and stuff for the truckers, right? But now these parasites that run the place, the rulers, were saying, that guy just donated to the enemy. We got to get that guy. Shut his bank account down. It must be a lot of power when you can just call somebody and say, shut that guy's bank account down, seize everything.
And bankers, look.
No more parasites.
But we'll continue with our list of stop.
All right. What about the 2 or 3 minute council sessions?
Oh yeah, let's
presentations?
just hit that one up.
And then we can do the UCP. Like I went to the last couple of UCP. I was never a political guy. Okay, my dad was an NDP guy in Ontario. Don't ask me why, but the guy he represented, he's probably gone now. But he was my lawyer when I became a young fella, a teenager, and I was a bad boy. Okay, that's my only political until this
Silliness.
COVID silliness started. Now I go to the UCP and they give you 30 seconds to talk. Okay. And they want to know where you are and what constituency you're from. So there goes 10 seconds. Now you got 20 seconds. So you fumble through a few words, you got 15 seconds to actually say something. This is BS. This is not correct. If I want to say something, everybody should be given a chance to say their piece. A minute or two. Some people go off a little bit and you cut their mic. You know what I mean? But give them 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it takes. 30 seconds. Just as you get ramped up, you're shut down. And then you got to turn around and walk off the stage.
And this is the thing. We have at all these council meetings right now, we're going through all of this where in order to speak at the council, you have to submit your material in advance and they'll decide whether or not you get to speak. The democratic process seems to be a little missing. And if you're going to speak negatively about something the council has done, they play different games. You're limited to 3. How do you get to show all of your evidence and really say you're messing up? And what we're telling our viewers today is there's a pathway that's legitimate, it's right, it's fair, kind of, and you can do it, and we can do it together, that tells the elected officials and the bureaucrats, stop. Okay, but we'll get to more of it in just a second. Justice. Like, feds are doing all kinds of different things. Let's worry about different countries. I just have one little question. It's a tiny one.
Go ahead.
Well, I think there's 9, but I've been told there's as many as 11, maybe even 12 sitting members of parliament who have been compromised with foreign interference.
Foreign interference. Yeah, I heard that too. I read that somewhere.
Now, we know that Pierre Poilievre has had a security issue in quotations, but everybody knows who's in the House of Commons. They know who these people are. Okay, even if they just heard the rumor down at the coffee shop, they know. So I have one simple question for every member of parliament sitting in the entire country. Anybody who's run for federal election, including myself, we want to know. Why don't you tell us and have the RCMP criminally charge them with treason? Why are they allowed to go back into the House of Commons if they are? And why don't we know who they are? Criminal charge of treason for representing a foreign country or taking input.
Immediately. That's the way it should be.
How long a process do you need? Once you have the evidence.
They can't do that. How are they going to get
5
away with
minutes?
everything? No, they can't do it. They just can't do that. They're not going to do it.
So we have to convince our elected officials that it is as easy as stop. You have a job to do. I don't know what you did all day, but if our federal representatives, if you did not go to the House of Commons, go into your riding office and stand on whatever social platform that you have and say, stop, this has to be your priority. Oh, no. You know what?
They're on to us.
They're on to us. Yeah.
They're on to us. That's what they're going to say.
Huh. What else? Chestermere. That we got to get done. That's another one. Stop.
We'll have a full show on that. Jeff's going to come in and give us the goods.
Oh, the Gladue principle. Have you heard of that one?
I had a great grandmother named Gladys. That's as close as I can get to that.
Okay, so I was raised. At some point in time, I was raised. Like, they just didn't water me and I grew. Anyways, there are penalties for your actions in the criminal system. If you break the law, these are the penalties.
Okay.
But the Gladue principle was originally designed to only, I'll say, adjust the penalties for the Indigenous people who were found guilty of a crime. Okay?
Just the Indigenous.
It was originally intended just for the Indigenous. Because of culture, because of upbringing, because of a lot of different things, they would be penalized differently than...
Because they've been beat down for centuries?
Well, some version of that, but also what they were limited on in life.
Okay.
But here's a problem, folks. Oh, Stacy's got one.
Oh,
We'll get to that in a second, but here's the problem. At West Edmonton Mall, the water slides. A number of young girls
That's right.
were swimming. They were, I'll say, inappropriately touched by a 40-plus-year-old new immigrant. Okay? When the girls complained, the staff, number one, didn't really want to move very quickly on preventing further. When they called the police didn't want to charge, and in fact never did.
That's unacceptable.
And it's because in his country, a 40-plus-year-old man touching young girls was perfectly acceptable.
Really? I can't see that.
No charges, no criminal record.
Unbelievable.
No.
In Canada here. That's at West Edmonton Mall?
That was at West Edmonton
Oh
Mall.
my God.
And the reason why the RCMP officer said there was no charges is because he said that the Crown would not prosecute for those reasons.
Wow. That's the Glad You principle.
That's the glad.
So this is in the law books now? Glad You principle?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I got to read up on that.
All right.
People, you should read up on that too.
Oh, Stacy's got.
What she got?
Well,
Can
we
we
can't
scroll
really
back
roll
up?
it back.
We get the producer to roll it back?
Yeah, Stacy was talking about even when you have a bunch of people, they take your.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. What the Glad You principle means is judges must take into account systemic and background factors that may have contributed to the offender's involvement with the justice system. Culturally appropriate alternatives to incarceration, such as restorative justice or community-based sanctions. It applies to First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people, regardless of status or where they live. But it also includes, like I said in that example I gave you,
All the other different cultures.
all the other different
except for the
cultures.
whites.
Yeah, but it was specifically
Started for
Started
First Nations.
in this. It was started for the First Nations, but it now applies to all of our immigrants people as well. Okay. So if we turn around and go and say, what do we do to fix this? And I just say, stop. You know, stand in the corner and stop. It's not going to do any good. We both know this. All of us know this. So what's the answer?
They need to be told. So do we have a document or something we can give people to send in? Can we do something like that?
We can do something like that, actually, but let's start with it. So first thing you do as a group, and you can do it individually. The first thing you do is you let your elected officials know that there is a problem.
Call them.
Now, do I believe that's going to work? No, but it's the right process to go through. And you can check it off the box of, I did this. There's number one. Okay. So you let the people know. The second thing is you need to remind them on an ongoing basis that if they haven't fixed the problem, they need to go back and fix the problem.
And you need to demand for them to make change.
That's right.
Get a little more vociferous.
We're the only ones who are paying the price, being punished or being held to their standards without any input, any democratic input.
Yeah.
So we need to remind them that they have a job to do.
We just need to do what they say.
Yeah, well, that's what
Then we'd have no problem.
if we.
I mean, we'd have problems, but forget I said that.
All I can think of is my wife saying, you know, you do really well if you just listen to me. I'm just saying, like, and she's right most of the time.
She's right. Yeah, they're right.
But
Happy wife is a happy life.
one person isn't going to make the change.
No.
But through this median, we have access to
Thousands.
1,000 or 10,000 or even bigger numbers.
Hopefully. It's going to get
Now,
there.
what happens if we did something as a group? And that would be, you know, ultimately the right way to do it.
So somebody starts up.
If there's an issue, let's take the water wells.
Yeah.
If you really think that monitoring and measuring the usage of your water well would be acceptable, so you can get a bill for it. If you think that's acceptable, that's fine. But if you think that it's just an insane concept that they wasted their time.
The water is given to us by God. It's a God-given right. I ain't paying you. You're not going to come on my land and meter my water well. I'll tell you that much right now.
Well, I'm just going to tell you,
And I hate to see what Ronnie's going to say about it.
there's something for us to discuss about there.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing happens for us if we don't take some control
We've
of
got
it.
to do something here.
And the first thing we do is we say stop. Now, our producer, who's wonderful, who's got some interesting slides that he's going through very quickly, which we appreciate.
That's right.
Now, we'll post all of the evidence that we've got about these
On the website.
water stuff on our website after the show, but it'll give you some information about what is the intent is for them to do the monitoring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we got together, we could do something.
Like petitions or something like that?
Yeah, we could start with something real small.
Petition's easy.
Yep. So
But when with petitions comes meetings, and when people start talking and meeting, you get stuff done.
see, you're on a roll.
I'm on a roll now.
Okay, but not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet, because the first thing you do is you let them know you're not happy.
Okay.
And what we're going to do, Jason, I sent you the correspondence. We'd like you to move forward, or bring forward on the screen here if you can, the PDF. But here's a little interesting thing. All water in Alberta is owned by the Crown and managed by the province.
That's in the rule books.
That's in the book.
Their rule books.
Yeah.
All water.
Yeah.
The key word being all.
Regardless
Of where it comes from.
whether it occurs
rainwater,
in public or
this
private land.
This includes rainwater that falls on your roof and hits your gutters.
Just
and goes into
saying.
your barrel for your
Yeah, it
garden.
came from the sky, but the province owns it,
They own it.
or the feds. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Come to my place.
Get right
and
on
tell me-
that.
Come to my place and tell me that.
Now, Chris is not happy. Yes, that's fine. Anyways, we did a little tracking, and one of our friends did a bunch of research. You're seeing a bunch of it scroll through on the screen. But basically, the Alberta Utilities Commission, the AUC, regulates most of this stuff. But the AUC is an independent quasi-judicial agency.
Now, I had a problem with this a while ago because I said, what the heck does quasi mean? Kirk informed me.
Read the definition, because
Okay.
you'll like this.
A quasi-judicial agency is a body outside the formal court system that has the legal authority to hold hearings, interpret laws, and make decisions on specific disputes, similar to a court but less formal. These independent agencies focus on particular subject matters like human rights or workers' compensation, and their binding decisions can typically be appealed to a higher court on matters of law rather than simply on dislike of the outcome. So these groups can do what they want.
At the end of the day, the executive, the judges of this quasi-judicial group are appointed.
Unreal.
And they're paid. And when they're appointed, they're given instructions, parameters by, would you guess, an unbiased bureaucrat?
Yeah. You must take their water.
Stop. Had enough. Just stop. All right. Jay, can you pull that up if you found it? That PDF with the letter? So here's what I'm going to have you do. Now, Jay's doing his magic the best he can. I emailed him something this afternoon. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask you to open up your browser, your email right this second.
Is that it?
No, that's not it. It's got highlights in it. It was before those. He's looking for it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have one PDF. It's got Nathan Newdorf's email at the very top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who you send it to.
He's the minister of.
He is the minister of public utilities and something else. But ultimately, he's the guy who's got the top end responsibility according to the act and the regs.
The guy that's supposed to represent us,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Jason's showing you the email. We're going to post this. I'm not sure how we're going to do this exactly, but that's the email. We'll post it after.
So can we invite Nathan Newdorf
Well,
here to talk?
That's exactly what the
letter we just sent out.
The letter. Well, no, this is exactly what I should read it.
Read it.
You
Yeah.
know what? That might be,
Yeah.
folks, just bear with me. Technology, we're taking advantage of things. So I'm going to ask you to send this
Jason,
email
got the
out.
right document up here?
Well, to our viewers, you can see it, but we will find a way to get it so you can copy and paste it, which is really important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have to do the send part. For a guy who uses technology, and pokey side, let's go with. All right, so just once. So here's the gist of it. Okay, what I just copy and paste and make the adjustments you have to. The subject is requests for Minister Newdorf to join HHE Radio call-in show over public concerns over water use regulations.
Awesome.
Dear Mr. Newdorf, and if I pronounced it wrong, my apologies, but on behalf of HHEradio.com and its audience, I'm reaching out to request your participation in a live call-in program to address public concerns about the possibility of metered water wells on private land and charging for rainwater collection in Alberta.
Well said. Well said.
Instead of asking a question, you can't pick.
You can't
can't
pick a
just-
fight before we get him in here.
You can't pick a fight, but what happens if you've been misinformed? What happens if you've misinterpreted the information you have?
That's happened
Or
before.
what happens if he's been given the wrong advice?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you want to have at least a fair, unbiased conversation about it.
Yes, sir.
Goes on to say, these topics have generated considerable discussion in communities across the province, and Albertans are eager to know whether such measures are being considered, and if so, where the province currently is in the decision-making process. Public involvement and transparency are key to building trust, and this forum would provide the ideal setting for direct communication with the people you serve. I like it so far.
I like it.
If these initiatives are indeed under review, the public would value your insight into the proposed details and opportunities for citizen engagement. If these rumors are unfounded, your participation would also provide the opportunity to put them to rest, ensuring clarity for concerned residents.
Perfect.
HHE Radio offers a respectful, balanced, and widely accessible platform with its live call-in format, enabling constituents to ask questions directly and hear your response in real time. The program's producers are prepared to work around your schedule to make your appearance possible. This would be an important step toward opening dialogue and would demonstrate the province's commitment to transparency and public trust.
I like it. That's an awesome one.
But then you have to sign it.
You said
Okay?
it.
Look, we have our personal opinions, and then we have the fact that we need a truthful, honest, respectful media. Okay? If you come out and you accuse people and you're aggressive, nobody's going to talk to you. And talking is the first step. The first step in saying stop. Like, we have to. It's not the last step. And we hope that he will be honest and have some integrity in his communication with our listeners and with us.
That'd be nice.
But that's where the trust starts. Quite frankly, that politician knows that most people don't trust politicians. They earned people not trusting them. This would be a way to rebuild that trust if he's honest. Like, he can even come out and say, we were thinking about it. I don't have any problem with that. Or we thought about it, we're about to move forward, but after hearing all of this negative stuff, we'll
We're going to
reconsider.
revisit the table. Yeah.
I think that's fair. If they're only hearing the one side. Now, we can take this into deeper pathways, but we're just talking about one thing that we as a group, there's what, 61? Well, it's only 61 today, but it's still, we appreciate all of you.
Mm-hmm.
We got 61 emails that could go out right now that he'd have in 10 minutes and definitely have them by tomorrow morning.
That'd be nice.
You could push it out.
Yeah.
So
can they go to the website and pick up that link?
yeah, after
Download the PDF or
yeah, if Jason hasn't put it into the stream
feed already?
feed or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
then we'll post it after the show.
Okay.
But that's a way of reaching out and being honest.
Yeah. One person that can ignore 61.
That'd be hard.
That's hard to ignore. Right? Even, you get 1,000 people, you tell 1,000 or you have a meeting and get people talking about it, makes a bigger splash.
So if you were able to copy and paste that in and you push send, we're going to give you the second thing to do right now.
Okay.
The second thing to do is go through your contacts right this minute. Don't go anywhere. Just sit there, go through your contacts, and ask them to send the same email.
Yeah, good
Not
idea.
to forward, to go through the same process. Copy, paste, title it properly, address it properly, sign it properly, and send it off. It doesn't take 3 minutes because we wrote it for them.
That'll make a difference.
Okay.
Definitely make a difference.
But then when they open up the email in the morning, it'll all have the same subject line,
Perfect.
right?
They'll say, what the heck is going on here?
Oh, we're going to make friends and influence people. I just no doubt about that.
Think we'll ruffle some feathers?
I think so. But when you talk about the digital currency, like this is, at the end of the day, this is an exercise. Is it going to work? Is it not going to? We're going to stay on it. I don't want digital currency. I didn't ask for it. I didn't sign up for it. You shouldn't be asking for it. You shouldn't be signing up for it.
No.
You need to say, stop.
Stop.
Okay? Mr.
Stop this.
Carney ain't doing it. It's wrong. You didn't ask us. We want no part of it.
I like my cash. I like being able to go to a garage sale and toss a couple of quarters onto the table. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I remember when I first went to the Dixie Flea Market in Mississauga, Ontario. I was probably 8, 9 years old. I seen this toy. I went back to my dad. I said, Dad, you got a dime? I need a dime for this. No, it was a quarter, 25 cents. He said, he gave me a dime. He said, this is my first hustle. He gave me a dime. He said, take this dime and tell her that's all you got. I did it and it worked. It was awesome.
See, you were little doing that. I was a little older, and I went to the Crossroads Flea Market in Calgary.
Oh, yeah? And?
They had a food court. That's all I have to tell you.
Is that what happened here?
That's what happened. Yeah. But that's kind of the process we need to go through with each one of these issues. Everyone talks like, let's talk about the referendum, if you will.
Let's talk about something before you get onto that
Okay.
subject. Just what we were talking about there. The law and accountability needs to be exercised. Criminal law needs to be enforced. When these people are breaking the laws and the rules, it's in the books. It needs to be enforced, but it's not being enforced these days.
And see, you're right. Can't argue with that. That's one of many things. But we have 1,000 things, folks. And I think whether we can use the point of reference for the sovereignty discussion, any of the discussions that are going on that are making the news.
Yeah.
The bottom line is that I would think in your news feed, most of the issues that are in your news feed are not the most important things affecting Albertans or Canadians today.
No, distractions.
It is part of the manipulation, the distraction and it's not just the UCP. Every political party is doing the same thing. Like we went through the Nemshi when he was about to get popped for the election issue, he distracted into the it's their game. But for as Albertans, Canadians, as individuals who live, the games they're playing are wrong. And we've got to put the message out that
They need to stop.
they need to stop.
Period.
All right. CBDCs and the restrictions on the use of cash are criminal overreaches of government. You know, but that's how we feel. Chris has mentioned something about the digital currency. He's not wrong. But whether it's this, sovereignty, the answer is no. That nobody was given permission, approval to make these kind of long-term plans for us.
I never heard about it.
And I would say no. So, Mr. Carney, I would love to have a discussion with you. You're not going to discuss with me. I know I'm little fish, but the passion that I have to tell you and Mr. Gilbeau to go in your own lane on a different country and a different planet because we don't like you, we don't want you, and we don't respect you. That's the nicest thing I can say to you right now. You're wrong. You need to stop. And here in Alberta, we don't agree.
We like to take care of our own.
So
That's what we're working on.
was that nice?
That was nice. You did very well. I wouldn't have done that good.
But we need to get back control. Now, there's another piece we need to go through, just in terms of getting back control. The first one is, when was the last time that you saw truly a politician make an effort for the public? Seriously, like something real, measurable.
I can't give you a time. Like I said, I've only been into it for 4 or 5 years, and I have seen nothing but deceit and betrayal ever since I got into it.
Well,
That's why I'm still in it.
if we're polite, I'm going to try and see if we can't pass a message on.
Okay. That we can do.
So we're doing our job of showing our viewers that there is a pathway to make a change. Okay? Just by sending an email. And they're not going to do anything. Quite frankly, if I'm new to or if I don't even take the call.
Mm-hmm.
One of our associates ran into Mike Lake. Now, Mike Lake is the member of parliament for Leduc, Wetaskiwin, and he won his riding in grand style. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's meant conservative, but again, parts of it. He had a resident ask him for assistance with an issue that they were having accessing a government program. What's the right? A government entity. Let's go with that.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike Lake's response was, that's not his job.
Then what is his job?
Well, that becomes the greater question. And when you go through all these politicians, if they're not representing us, the people who are in their ridings, or our region, or our province, or in effect our country, who are they working for?
Not for us, that's for sure.
Okay, so
And
let's
that's every single one of them.
let's take a federal issue. Some of the people with the biggest platforms in the community are the municipal councilors and the municipal mayor.
Okay.
If it's a federal issue, they should be standing up saying, excuse me, we need this. It's affecting our residents. And our provincial representatives should be standing up saying, hey, federal members of parliament, we need this. We need help on this. Well, I'm just going to bring this up as a kind of guess. If I'm not mistaken, Alberta has something like 28,000 civil servants,
That's
specifically in Alberta.
That's it?
But they also have the unions
Okay.
on top of that, 60,000 who go to work every day. Whether you like or don't like it, but they go to work every day. Tell me what problem these 60,000 people who go to work every day can't solve in a day.
Yeah, it's all the bureaucracy, all the paperwork, all the
We have like
mumbo
electricians,
jumbo.
plumbers, lawyers, administrators. We have every profession under the sun. We have departments that have expertise under everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if we're going to wrestle with, oh my God, we're going to have, let's really investigate this digital currency. Where is that on the priority list? Look, I'm going to go through a couple things. Now, I've taken this from my notes because, quite frankly, my brain hurts. Okay. Critical issues of today. Tell me I'm wrong. Now think about it. My feed has referendum. My feed has the stupidity of the don't walk in the forest conversations
Oh
that
my
started.
God. That's unbelievable.
Tell me I'm wrong on any of this. And this is for the greater reach that we have on this media.
Why do you think they started the forest thing in the Maritimes? Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Why did they start in the Maritimes? Three maritime provinces.
Smaller, less people.
Why did they leave PEI out of it? They got no forest there?
Yeah, but in PEI, well, they don't have the same kind of forest, but instead of PEI saying don't walk in the forest, they came up with this public outcry about don't walk on the sand.
Oh my God. They got a lot of
The sand dunes. That's what it is. Kind of stupid. Anyways, critical issues. Remember, in my newsfeed, I don't know how yours is, I have separation baloney, and I have
referendum,
and I have forest fires,
Clarity Act, blah, blah,
blah, blah, blah. Shortage of doctors. Is it solved yet?
Nope.
So what are you doing? How come that is not the number one? If that's your job.
Well, you got 16-hour wait times at the hospital now.
Shortage of nurses.
16-hour wait times.
My daughter spent 20 hours.
Oh my God.
Classroom overcrowding. Folks, and I'm just making sure there are some solutions that are coming out that are, oh, look at what we've done. I'm going to give you one easy one. Take a bunch of Atco trailers, stack them 3 floors high, and add an entire wing onto your school with air conditioning, heat, elevators, bathrooms, full classrooms, set up in a weekend.
That can be why it can be done really safely, and you give it 5 or 6 days so they can
do it right.
But still, I mean, it doesn't take building a whole new school 6 years later, 4 times over budget
for $20 million.
Yeah, luckily, hopefully, $20 million. And then with the Atco trailers, if something is wrong,
swap it out.
Add 5 or 6, whatever. I mean, it's easy. Schoolyards are all way oversized.
Lack of sufficient classroom supports. Now, maybe it's not critical. I'm just going to say this. Maybe it's not critical. I'm just going to ask you, tell me what is more important than the kids?
Nothing.
One thing. Every time the teachers have walked in the door and had to deal with the principal, who had to deal with the school board, who had to deal with the Board of Education, every time they've walked in and they've had a classroom over 30, 35 kids, those kids are not getting the education they need. So you know what has to happen? The teacher's got to get hold of a truth-based media to gather the support so we tell the education minister, stop.
I like it.
I'm sorry, but it's a priority. The budget for the kids to go to school has been paid to the school, but they don't get the services that the money is supposed to pay for.
And you know what else? This came to me a couple of years ago. The one thing that hasn't changed with technology, technology is advancing rather rapidly.
Yep.
Right? It's wonderful. One thing that hasn't changed, classrooms. There's still a box with a man or woman in front, preaching garbage. Same thing. There's nothing's changed.
You're so much
except they got a Wi-Fi box in the corner. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. I can't help it, man. That's why you got me here. Got a Wi-Fi box in the corner of every classroom, radiating every one of them children on a daily basis. Sorry.
No, you're good. How about your utility bill? Yeah, you want to tell me the referendum is more important than your utility bill? We got a viewer talking about mass immigration, and I have this in here, and I'm audience participation is good, but I was saving that for later.
Yeah.
Cost of groceries, cost of the pumps. Listen, I just drove by. Two of the pumps have $1.17, and a couple of the stations are at $1.28. How come it's not 70 cents?
There's no regulation anymore. They stopped regulating these guys. And you talked about the infrastructure.
Oh
man, there's potholes in Edmonton. You can lose. There's a pothole in Leduc you could lose a Honda Civic in.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of
Literally.
that. Yeah.
The streets of Edmonton should be paved in gold. I'll say it again. I'll say it every show. This province should be paved in gold by now. Where's all the money going?
And we need to come through the process of saying stop.
Ridiculous.
The healthcare wait lines is ridiculous. Like, it's not supposed to be that way. But the AMA, the Alberta Medical Association, folks, you guys need to look into your little oath and maybe even grab a set. Yeah, I can say that. But you got to grab a set.
Set of what? Cojones?
Cojones. Pills instead of treatment. Sorry, guys, you're moving too slow. People are dying. Let's do an experiment with this set of drugs. And then if it doesn't work, we'll try another set. And if it doesn't work, we'll try another set. How about instead of the drugs, you cure the freaking problem? Don't put a Band-Aid on it. Cancer treatment in the Philippines moves so much faster. We've got phenomenal cancer doctors here, and you mute them.
Mute them. Shut them down.
I almost want to say you neuter them.
Oh, yeah. Same thing.
And you're rewriting history. Why are you focused on that?
They just put some kind of legislation in where all of the books in the libraries and schools, universities, et cetera, in Canada, pre-2009, are being scrubbed, pulled from the schools. Okay, so now you're going to learn everything from 2009 onward, which is all garbage.
Yeah, well, and that's its own interpretation.
Rewriting history is, it's ridiculous.
Our economy is being handcuffed like crazy. Folks, we don't have a problem with the USA. We really don't. In comparison to the rest of Canada, we pay duties across the country. They're just starting to get knocked off now. But they were higher than anything Trump threw against us. At some point, we got to say stop and go do your job. Oh, this is where, Sean, I say mass immigration. We have immigration problems. They're massive. Tell me why we're talking about sovereignty and referendum right now when we have so much wrong in the immigration in Alberta. It needs to be fixed. When my friends who are recent immigrants or in on a work visa, yeah, hold on. Oh, he's trying to, we got our tech support coming in to help us out a lot. Well, my friends are telling me that the people they came in with are being sent home, but who's coming in are the criminals from the other countries. He says they're recently out of jail. So they're not going through any kind of screening process. They're not going through any vetting at all. And they're not contributing anything. And I have other adjectives for that.
Yeah, they're
not contributing anything to our world. I work beside some amazing hardworking Filipinos, East Indians, like working their tail off.
Yeah, me too.
But they're not doing, yeah, as Chris says, they're not doing criminal background checks. It's enough. Stop.
You don't even need a passport or anything, though. I don't think to get in here anymore, probably, do you?
And special interest, special needs, special, stop. No special.
Nothing special.
Because until you got nurses and doctors, the special can wait. And our kids are paying this massive price. The education sucks. They don't have enough, like the class sizes have been too big for decades. They're not getting the education they're supposed to. Student loans? They haven't even been exposed to the new industries or the jobs they could have. And there's no work experience because they can't have the part-time jobs at McDonald's to get experience in the workforce. And they're being taught, as soon as you graduate from university, you should have that 3-bedroom, 2-level house with a double front garage that starts at 800,000 in Edmonton.
Yeah, that's all hogwash.
Like unrealistic expectations, but what is real is the student loans and paying off those. It's wrong.
It is wrong. Education should be free in a province like this. Free of charge.
And the big thing that we're going to try and push at the end of the day is the government at any level is way overpowered. It just has too much. And
Too many of them. Also, you got so many clubs and groups and organizations.
so when we turn around and say the answer to our current problem is our ability to say stop, is we need to come together with a common direction to fix the problems.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the need for this particular media is to not do a 2-minute story on something, but to actually keep the story until it's solved. Until healthcare is fixed, we will keep talking about it.
Good. Yes.
The sovereignty, we can weigh in on it. And I'm all for telling Ottawa, like, get out of my business. I'm not but there's something that maybe you're not listening to, and we'll have to reach out to Mitch maybe and see if we can get him on board. But I'm going to ask you this one question. Who is going to lead Alberta answering healthcare, education, the list of priorities I said, after sovereignty? Do they have any plans? Because they're not sharing any plans. They haven't told us, well, this is how we're going to do it.
Nothing.
But we have honest answers. We have solutions. And better still, as a group, a team, Albertans, we can come together and come up with solutions that make sense.
Yes, we can. And we do.
It boggles my mind. So the purpose behind this particular show, I'm just going to say targeting, is there's a good chance that we had 50 people send out an email just a few minutes ago to a minister. And there's going to be another step after that. And another.
Do you have the email address to get people to email it?
Yeah, it was at the top of the post that I sent, or the email I sent you. No, I don't have that email. Oh, actually, you know what? I do. Sorry, thanks. We're getting our support, tech support. Our producer is involved in making sure I have all this stuff, holding me accountable.
Holding you accountable.
Hate that. Why don't you hold you?
I'm not the government who like that word, but they never hold it.
They don't like any. They don't want to be held
Email
accountable.
that we need
But
is
they must be held accountable.
AU.
Oh, and this is for the
Nathan Newdorf.
Hey, where's the AU come from?
I don't know. I have bad words, bad acronyms that pop in. I'll pass it over to him, but we'll continue. All right. The issue about telling Ottawa to go away and for Alberta to have its independence away from Ottawa, most Albertans can't argue with.
No.
Now, I don't think it'll pass, but for different reasons. But the truth of it is that it would have a lot more support if we knew who would lead Alberta after our independence with solutions that were our critical issues that were real.
A good God-fearing man, I hope.
Let me ask you, why God-fearing?
Because we need to live by the 10 Commandments. There's a basic set of rules put in front of us, and we need to live by them. Plain and simple. We're not living by them right now. These parasites that are ruling us are breaking every single one of them. When did they stop doing the Lord's Prayer in the morning in schools? How many years ago? Decades ago. I'm thinking 20 years ago. When I was a kid, we did it. And But they pulled all that out. They pulled the national anthem out of the schools because they're dumbing us down, turning us into a nation of idiots, followers, obeyers.
Okay, so our producer's got an opinion as well. Folks, you're just so lucky he doesn't have a mic. Just telling you.
Yeah.
You think I talk a lot? See?
Yeah.
All right. So let's actually take this down one more step. If you're going to separate, become independent, however,
Mhm.
the day after you get this, what exactly have you changed? You don't have a new pipeline. You don't have a new pension. Nothing has changed.
Oh,
the day
hold on
after.
a second. You mentioned pension. What's the Alberta pension worth? $600-700 million? $1 billion?
Billion, yes.
Okay, who did they put in charge of that supposedly?
Oh, the
Who did they put in
AIMCO
charge of
crew.
it? Huh?
The AIMCO crew.
AIMCO crew.
Yeah.
Okay, who is the AIMCO crew?
Oh, I'm sure it's some very
Does
honest.
Kenny have anything to do with that?
Well, yeah, he does.
How about Harper?
Oh, yeah, he's the boss.
How about that
Redford?
Redford?
Yeah, she's in there too.
Oh my God.
And that's who they
We're in
expect
trouble.
us
We're
to
in
lead.
trouble. We're in trouble.
But that's the existing government. The separatists, the guys who want Alberta independence,
Mm-hmm.
they just want Alberta independence.
Well, so what are they going to do with this AIMCO crew and the $600 billion? Are they just going to let them continue on?
Well,
with it?
they
Are
haven't
they
said,
talking about it at least?
well, they haven't said what the plan
They haven't
is.
said a word.
We're going to take it and make it Alberta's.
So, okay. I wonder if they've got somebody they can trust with money.
What? You don't trust that crew?
I don't
Seriously?
I don't trust anybody anymore.
With $700 billion in their back pocket?
Oh my God. There's money gets to people. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Well, regardless of anything
But-
else, obviously, I mean, I'm passionate. And it's so strange because I'm actually the calm, mild-mannered, meek person, and you're the guy that everybody knows as being passionate.
Hmm.
He's being well-behaved.
I am being well behaved.
We haven't given a coffee for hours. Just saying. And it's not like anybody has brought you a smoothie
Or a water.
or a water. Somebody who, lives at your house, drives that particular gray beast,
It brings me smoothies.
brings you smoothies. It's like they don't want to bring you smoothies
She's
anymore.
awesome.
She's
She brings me smoothies. She brings you smoothies.
Does she? It's been so long, I don't remember.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think she's hearing us. She's probably listening.
Okay. Folks, they're not going to pay attention to the email you sent,
But send it anyway.
but you sent it. And the first thing is that tomorrow when you wake up and somebody says, so what did you do last night to strengthen your feelings, to plan about action? What did you actually do? Well, yesterday you didn't do anything, but tonight you did one thing.
Actually, that letter can go out daily.
Yeah, but they can only send it out once. Sorry, they should only send it out once.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Well, give them 3 days to respond. If they
Morals
don't
and
respond,
note,
send it again.
Folks, nice and easy, because what will happen is the show will get downloaded. Other people will send the email because we're going to attach the evidence like we do.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe there's 100 people, maybe there's 1,000 people who send the email over the course of the next week.
Can you imagine 1,000 people?
Oh,
That'd
I
be
would
nice.
like that. That would be good. But
That'll raise some hackles.
well, let's be honest. Let's take it the next step for our listeners.
Okay.
So 1,000 emails. We'll go to the big guns. 1,000 emails go out. They're in his inbox. What would you say if he called and said, "Yes, I'd like to be on your show"?
That'd be awesome.
Be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
And then our listeners would get some answers. We'd have
Mhm.
facts.
Yep.
Wait a second. Make sure you understand this. But if he says, "Hey, we're not going to do this," and then he does, that would be bad form on him. Yes.
Yes, it would be.
He would have done what? He'd have lied,
He'd be liar,
misled,
misled.
some version of that.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't respond, What does that look like?
That's an admittance of guilt.
I'm not, no, I would never say that.
I'll say it.
I'm the nice, quiet guy. Okay.
I don't mind saying it.
But you can, as our viewers, you can come to these conclusions. And what we're doing across this board is we're going through the process that makes us as the media, we'll give people the benefit of the doubt and give them an access to the platform because that's what truth media is supposed to do.
Mhm.
We're not going to tolerate any BS. We're going to be honest. And they'll come in, they'll bring their evidence and say, actually, Kirk and Red, you're out to lunch about this water thing. We're not doing it. Show us.
Thank you. Show us.
And
Show
we'll
us.
share it with you.
Yep. Yep.
Seems logical.
That's the only way it can be done. That's the proper way to do it, right?
But if they don't, that says volumes as well.
That just gives us more.
Well,
I can't say that word.
Yep. If we dealt with this as a group on every issue that's of importance to us, and none of them replied, would we drop it right there?
No,
Okay.
never.
And for our viewers, would you want us to drop it right there? Now, he hit all the conversations on us.
Yeah, why do you take that on? What's he got going on?
Maybe he's got something. Anyways,
Something planned?
but folks, you got to know we have other plans. There's step 2, step 3, step a dozen. And it becomes something really simple. I asked you nice to not bring digital currency into my world. I don't want it. There's lots of us who don't want it.
No.
And what's it going to take for you to get it through your I was about to
Thick
repeat
skull.
some language that my mom was very
Thick skull.
emphatic
Thick
about
skull. I got
the
some things.
conversations.
My mom said that to me plenty when I was
Yeah?
a kid.
At the end of the day, we have the ability to say no. And how do you do it? You can go to their offices as a group.
Mm-hmm.
You can set up petitions. You can have open houses. But at the end of the day, the biggest punishment they can have is you cannot vote for them. You cannot vote for the party that supports them.
We need another party.
Well, we're going to do that too.
Okay.
Well, I mean, hopefully the UCP will get it right. Folks,
They've got everything in place. They've got the power to do it.
they could make all the changes tomorrow, next week. We have experts enough to solve every single problem that's on our critical issues list. We'd still ask for help though, just to make sure we had it right.
We have to ask for help for security for them.
Yep.
Because they're going to need additional security when they
Stand up against the bad guys.
Against the bad guys. Yep.
But it's nice and simple. Why would you support any candidate party that isn't waking up every morning and going after your list of critical issues? If they're making up, it's not even makes it, they're distracting us from the critical issues. And here's the thing. If you don't fix the doctor thing, more people are going to die. Kind of final, doesn't that sound?
Mhm.
They're going to die. You know, a lot of older people, and I got not, it's more because I got gray whiskers. It's a little bit more sensitive. But we got some friends who are several years older than me. They can't wait 6 months for the experts to get an opening in their schedule to maybe have a time to maybe suggest that they might start this prescription. It's ruining their quality of life in their last years. And this is happening through all of our society, across the country. Our seniors are not having the lives they're supposed to have.
Our seniors are broke. They don't get anything for a pension. The amount of money they paid into the system over the years, the amount of interest that's been collected off it, not even mentioning the Sedicave Trust Act and the private funds that are attached to your birth certificate. I'm not even going to mention that shit. But these people should be very wealthy and happy with a nice place
And really
Good food.
taken care of.
and not abused by these people coming into the country that are abusing these
Yeah.
senior citizens in the homes. I mean, it's all over the news. It's disgusting. The shit needs to stop. And the police they need to start taking action. They need to stop
Turning the other cheek.
turning the other cheek.
They got a job. And what's really interesting is that I can have beliefs. My belief is that the police are doing what they can based on the limitations their administration, our justice system allows them to do. Stop. Justice. We have lawyers that are going into politics. Never another lawyer. Do you know why? I have to tell them why, because I'm pissed off. If you haven't fixed your own backyard, what makes us think you're going to fix the political backyard
By jumping into it.
by jumping into it? You're in the middle of the legal profession. I don't care if it's criminal, civil.
And they sign an oath to the bar, British Accredited Registry. That's their number one.
Protect. That's what they protect.
That's what they need to protect, number one. Not the people. The Bar Association. This is ridiculous.
So what do we tell them? We tell them stop.
Stop.
Oh, he's really smart. I like him. He's a lawyer. Shut up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
But it can't be one person.
It has to be all of us.
It has to be all of us. If we want to make change, look, we got some recent immigrants that are living in Edmonton. They're being beyond bullied. The old movies where protection rackets and blackmail and bribery exist. It exists in their culture. It has for thousands of years, but their culture has come over to Canada. A lot of these suspected gangsters are known to the police, and they can't do anything.
And they won't do anything.
They can't. It's a turnstile, and it's wrong. And if it's wrong, it needs to stop. So that's the purpose of today's show. We have guests coming in later on this week. We're doing an interview, I think, with the YEG.
Oh, the Matter Women Foundation, Built for Life Foundation.
Built for Life Foundation. And next Friday we have Ellen. And I think Tuesday, a week today, Jason is going to be broadcasting the Alberta Next panel or something.
Okay. Is that Tuesday?
He's checking, but yeah, I think he's going to try and do that for a broadcast. So we have shows coming up, and we're going to really make an effort to put the calendar out.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Cowboy Ronnie coming forward.
This is going to get fun.
It's going to get fun, and we're going to go more and more full time. We've got to raise some money for this.
That's one thing we do need is some financial help.
Like we said, if you could pop on to HHE Radio under the Contact Us, there's a subscription or a one-time donation. If you can, help us out. If you can't, we understand. But we're going to go through all of this day after day.
We're going to get you a link to where you can help Ronnie out with his horses.
Yeah.
He
HelpingHorsesHeal.com.
He always needs hay and stuff like that.
Yeah. Now, we got a few minutes left in the show. Jay, can you pop in and see if there's any conversations I'm missing or we are missing from
The
our
comment section's gone.
comment section? But if you guys have some questions, and I'm going to ask you to just kind of focus this in from the purpose of our show. Okay. We think we can move forward working together, focusing on stop. If you have a suggestion, maybe a different way of doing things, put a comment on there. Well, if you have any questions, post them up in the chat, and we'll see if we can answer them without the same passion that I was.
No, I don't want you to ever lose your passion, my friend. That's our problem. We don't have anybody with passion anymore.
But you got it here. Well, our producers, one of the things about him is he likes to take long naps, put his feet up.
He's a very sleepy guy.
Yeah, he's been sleeping lots of times.
My old saying is, if you guys could hear him in the background, he's pretty upset. My old saying is, sleep when you're dead. Just keep going. Sleep when we're dead.
Well, it's these young people with no stamina.
I know. No stamina.
And then, he's a newlywed, so that makes it even
That
worse.
too. Oh my God.
Lots.
No wonder he's got no stamina. He's tired. He's at home all night with the wife.
Yep. Anyways, but we just under the bus. I've
Yeah.
never done that before, though.
No, I've never thrown him under the bus either.
Anyways, so no questions. Nobody's had any questions. Okay, let me try something. So every week while we have guests on at every show, we'll see if we can take a quick pop on. I'll make sure we've got the responses, if there are any, from Mr. Newdorf, I think is what his name is. But next week, we're going to have another project. We'll have another communication to send out for another person. And we're going to keep going. Municipal councils, provincial, federal, if there's an issue, let us know. We have an email. It's on the air at hhgradio.com, or you can just click on the contact us link, send it. It's real quick.
And you got to go online and start watching what your councils are doing, because they post when they're doing meetings and stuff. Get to those freaking meetings and hold them accountable, because they're doing all this stuff with 2 or 3 people watching in the council chambers when there's room for 40 or 50 probably. You got to do it. It's mandatory. You just get at it and get it done. You want these guys to stop doing what they're doing? Hold them accountable. Make them nervous. Fill that room.
We'll show up. We'll pass the word on if you're making something.
Send us a letter. We're in. I'm in. I'm always into a good.
We're just holding people accountable
Holding
is something
people
that
accountable,
we as a society need to do. And Miss Anon Canuck, who is extorting the elderly? Would you really like to know the list?
Yeah, isn't there gangs of stuff happening in Edmonton now?
Okay. First, you have the insurance companies. You paid for a lifetime of, and now they're changing their policies about what you're entitled to. We're not even going to talk about the politics or the organization. Let's just now go to the medication. The medication not even medication, the treatment you expected to get as you got older, instead of it being, hey, I don't feel well, go to the hospital and get fixed, or go to the doctors and get fixed. It's now go to the doctors, the hospital, and go under medication for the rest of your life and pay for it. Now you go to the seniors' homes. Now there's lots of really good seniors' homes, but one of the problems with the seniors' homes is there's a lot of new immigrants have been brought in, unvetted, who have taken positions at some of the less desirable homes. And there is a communication circulating where seniors who are less, let's just say less sharp, are not being as protected as they should. It's costing them money. Sometimes there's some drugs that go missing. That's not the big deal. What is the big deal is there are some that are dying under the guise of, no, never mind, you can't investigate them anyways, can you? What was the guy? He attempted murder charge. He was in jail waiting for his court date, and he was let out because it was going to affect his status.
Oh, yeah.
You remember seeing that?
Yeah. I've seen that recently too.
No.
Stop. What about the guy that cut the head off on the bus?
3
The
years,
Greyhound bus.
mental health.
He got 3 or 4 years in the mental health board and he's released. What the? Urgh.
It's got to stop,
This
folks.
stuff's got to stop.
But it's not, obviously, it's not working with the NDP or the UCP.
No,
There's no changes.
same bird, different wings. Plain and simple.
And it's not going to work with and completely scratch the Republican Party. Like, just do a little background on their leadership, and that should answer most of those questions. But the sovereign, the telling Ottawa to stay away makes tons of sense. I love it until you get to the part of, and you won. Now what do you do? Because there's nothing I'm comfortable with. Just support them to the end of their journey without those answers being front and center moving forward. Anything else?
No. I can't think anymore. I'm too
Well, our
hot.
viewers haven't
angry.
really said a whole lot. Like Stacy and Chris were really quiet all show.
Mhm.
Kind of rude, don't you think?
Yeah. They said enough.
They said enough.
There's
Okay.
a few people talking.
Anybody else have a question? We'd love to answer them for you. No? Well, so stars for the fedora?
50 stars for the fedora. Yeah, that's $50, man.
Whoop,
I'm
whoop.
in.
Good. Okay. Wait a second.
My computer.
No,
kicked
I
me
know
over.
how much expensive that hat is.
It's very expensive. I still got the tag on it.
Yeah, it's more. It's 5 cents. Oh,
Okay, whatever. 50 is better than nothing. How many stars did you get? In the last 6 years.
well, it's because he's sleeping all the
He's
time.
sleeping all the time. He doesn't.
Listen, folks, want to say thank you very much for joining us
Yep.
today. It's a little different show tonight, less guesswork and more. But tuning in and listening to our guests week after week and show after show.
Thank Bill Sullivan. You're welcome, Bill Sullivan.
Yeah, thank you. By tuning into our show, sharing the word, communicating with others to have them tune in, we're building solutions, not just bitching about the problems,
Mhm.
but we only do it with you and for you. You want to have change? We have a method for us to actually bring change forward, not just here in Alberta, but if we're successful here, it'll be everywhere. You've got to spend some time, obviously sending out the email to Newdorf,
Mhm. Mhm.
but going to your friends on your contact list and inviting them to the shows that it's every Tuesday for the, and Friday starting.
We'll get to 5 days a week. now.
Yeah. We're getting there, but the schedules will go up on the website. Want to thank you all for tuning in.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Great
He's
to have you.
he's what's your name?
Red Dog,
Well, I'm the other guy,
you're the other guy, Kirk.
and the producer guy is
Jason, he's the sleeping guy. Sleeping Giants. Don't wake up the giant.
from Red Dog and Kirk. Good night. God bless. Till
We
next
love you
time.
guys. Take care.
Oh, it's gone. Wrong
Your
phone.
happy faces.
Have a good night.